I'm on a pretty good fish with the jerkbait right now, guys. That is a nice one too. That's a keeper. I might even hang on to this one, guys. All right, should be just about ready to go now. I'm gonna toss it on the fire. We'll leave it on about 6 minutes each side, pull it off, and it should be ready to eat. What is going on, guys, and welcome to another episode of All Mouth Bassing. In this video, I got out to the Pueblo Reservoir a couple different days at a couple different spots last week and ended up having some okay luck. The bite has been pretty slow in general lately for most species, but I was mostly after catfish, bass, and walleye, and I ended up having a little bit of luck with a couple of those species, and even ultimately ended up doing a catch and cook on a walleye that I unexpectedly caught during the day on the last day. So there's not too crazy much to say about it, just ended up doing a nice little catch and cook and catching a couple other fish. So if you guys want to see how it all went, go ahead, stick around, stay tuned, and check it out. Alright guys, I am out at the Pueblo Reservoir tonight, and I'm mostly going to target bass and walleye, but I've got some cut bait with me, so I decided to rig up a catfish setup, and I'm going to get that out there, and maybe I'll get lucky and get on a catfish while I'm at it. So I've got, I don't even think I mentioned what bait I've got on, my bad. I've got some cut bait on. It's a yellow perch head that I've got on tonight, and I'm just gonna send this out there and see what we can do with it. That'll work. Okay guys, I decided to go with a Guggen Squad banger in the color, I think, Sexy Shad. I was out here pretty recently throwing this around in similar conditions and having some pretty good luck with it. So I'm gonna try my luck tonight and see what happens. Just hooked something, guys, right at the bank. And what is it, a little smallie or a spotted bass? Looks like a little, I think, spotted bass. Okay, definitely no giant or anything, probably about a half pounder at best, but pretty happy this dude bit. Let's get it back in the water. Oh, almost slipped in. Oh, what's he doing? That was, whoa. What is this fish doing? That was the craziest release. He didn't know where he was going. That took just a little under an hour, so not the quickest hookup ever, but I'm stoked that little bass came through and ate, and I'm gonna get this banger back out there and hopefully get on another couple. Finally on another one, guys. Feels decent too. Can't tell what it is. Might be a walleye. Oh yeah, it's a nice walleye, I think. Yes, sir. Looks like it's, oh, looks like it's hooked pretty good. Maybe. Hopefully. Oh God, that almost hooked me. Alright guys, this beautiful walleye is coming in right at 18 inches, which is actually the keep size at the res. And its face was absolutely loaded up with treble hooks on that bite, unfortunately. So it took me quite a while to get it unhooked. But I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to try to release it. If I get a clean release on it, that'll be awesome. And if not, I'll just hang on to it and keep it for dinner probably. But hopefully it swims off. It's slow rolling, but it looks like it's gonna swim off. Well, I've been out here for quite a while now, and it's been a fun night that I can't really complain about, but the bite does seem to have pretty much died at this point. So I think I'm gonna go ahead and pack it up for the night, but I'm probably gonna try to get back out here tomorrow morning and see what happens. Okay guys, it is about a week later and I'm back out at the Pueblo Reservoir today. I'm out at a different spot because we got a little bit of rain last night, and the spot I planned on going to this morning looked a little bit muddy where I had to drive through, and it was making me nervous, so I decided to come somewhere where it was a little less muddy where I had to drive. I've got the old catfish set up out here, and I've also got my bass stuff, so I'm going to be throwing this out and then trying to get on some bass after that. It's a pretty cool cloudy morning. I'm getting out here a little late, but hopefully that doesn't affect the bite too much because it is kind of cool and cloudy. So I don't have too much more to say about it. I'm gonna go ahead. I've got this green sunfish head on, the catfish setup here. Gonna whip this out there. Hopefully I can get on some cats, and then like I said, I'll get after some bass after that. Okay guys, while I wait to see about another catfish bite, I'm gonna go ahead and throw around this Guggen Squad Junior Scout in the color Pro Blue. I decided to go with a jerkbait because it is a little bit of a windy day today, and we got quite a bit of cloud cover. We got some sunshine shining right now, but there is a good bit of cloud cover today, and the water's pretty mixed up from that wind. So gonna try jerkbait for a bit, see if this works. If I don't have any luck with this after a bit, I'll try something else and see if I can maybe figure out a pattern. I'm on a pretty good fish with the jerkbait right now, guys. Looks like a bass. Or, no, it's a nice walleye. Nice. Early morning walleye, I'll take it. That is a nice one too. That's a keeper. I might even hang on to this one, guys. Well guys, I really came out here for bass and catfish today, but this walleye came in at 19 inches, so I am freaking stoked for this beautiful bycatch. And I think I'm actually going to throw this one on a stringer because keep size at the res is 18 inches, and I haven't kept the walleye in quite a while, so I think I might just hang on to this guy and fillet him up for lunch. Well, walleye didn't go down without a fight. It actually managed to slice my finger pretty good. But we got it on a stringer. I think I'm gonna cook that up for lunch later, and I'm gonna get back at it with the jerkbait for now. Still no more bites on the cat line, unfortunately, but still hopeful about that. Let's see if we can get on a bass or maybe another walleye or something now. I've been casting around for quite a while now without any more luck, and this spot I'm at right now gets pretty crowded during this time of day. There's quite a bit of boat traffic and such because I'm not far from one of the boat launches. So I think I'm actually going to pack it up from this spot and move on to another spot at the res. Okay guys, I am out at the other spot now. I'm going to go ahead and send this cut bait back out there. Then I'm going to cast around for a little bit, and I'm actually considering possibly doing a catch and cook with that walleye out here. But first things first, let's get this bluegill head back out there, and hopefully we could get on a cat today. work. Conditions have changed quite a bit since this morning, so I'm not really sure how long I'll stick with the jerkbait, but I've already got it tied on, so I might as well throw it around a little bit out here. See if maybe a bass or another walleye or whatever will eat it. Well, I've been casting around for quite a while now without any more luck. Just seems like the bite has pretty much died down ever since the clouds kind of cleared up and it got hotter out. So I think I'm gonna put the bass setup away, and I actually think I'm gonna go ahead and do a catch and cook on that walleye I caught earlier. All right, before I do anything else, I'm gonna go make sure I could find some decent dry firewood because it did rain quite a bit last night, so I'm sure things got a little wet, but it's been sunny for quite a while now, and we're out in Colorado where the air's pretty dry, so I wouldn't be surprised if I could find some pretty easily. There's usually a bunch of sticks and crap up here in the riprap, a bunch of old driftwood and stuff that's dried out. Yeah, it's already nice and dry. This should be no problem. So yeah, up in this riprap here, there's usually just a ton of twigs and sticks and all sorts of crap from when the water line dropped, left behind a bunch of floating stuff. So it's pretty much what I'll salvage all my firewood from. Okay, I think that should be about enough to do the trick, guys. Okay, got our little bundle of firewood there. Now it's time to set up the old stove. All right, stove's all set up now. Time to get the fire going. Okay, I got all the firewood all set up, got the kindling down bottom. I think that should light up okay. I've got the old cheater torch out here, so we're doing it bushcraft style as usual. If I could get the thing to light. You might be in trouble, guys. Well, guys, the torch was malfunctioning there for a second. I was getting a little bit worried for a minute there that I wasn't going to be able to get a fire going, but I did it off camera, but I finally managed to get the thing started. I just didn't even want to mess with the camera once I got it going again. I just got the fire going and that was it. So fire's going now. I'm going to go ahead and get that walleye filleted up and we'll get it cooking. It's starting to get a tiny bit discolored since it's been dead ever since I moved spots, but the meat will be just fine. It's only been like an hour or two, plus I've had it in the water the whole time, so I know the meat's going to be just fine. But basically what I'm going to do with it now is I'm going to slice down the stomach, pull all the guts out and anything that could potentially make me sick or whatever, cut the head off at a diagonal, and then I'm going to go along both sides of that spine there with the fillet knife, and I'm just going to peel the meat from where I cut that diagonal off the head there. I'm just going to peel the meat down all the way down to there on both sides, and I'll have two real nice fillets from it. Well, considering I was working with like the dullest fillet knife I've ever done fillets with, this actually came out pretty good. This is actually a single fillet. I've just got it cut in half and looks pretty good to me. Gonna go ahead, get it seasoned up and get it on the fire. So if you've seen any of my catch and cooks before, they tend to be pretty basic, and I am kind of a creature of habit, so this one's gonna be another pretty basic one. But got a little canola oil here and some of this, it's either Creole or Creole seasoning. I think I might be pronouncing it wrong, but however you pronounce this, I got some of this seasoning. Gonna throw these on it and we'll get it cooking. All right, went ahead and oiled that sheet of foil up, throw some of the seasoning on it. Get the other side pretty good. The thing I like about fillets is you get all the meat pretty directly with the seasoning, whereas if you cook the fish whole, a lot of it's covered with skin. But anyway, we got that seasoned up. Throw a little bit extra on the foil just to kind of marinate that up. Looks pretty good to me. I'm gonna go ahead and hit it with a tiny bit more grease. Go ahead and fold this packet up. All right, should be just about ready to go now. I'm gonna toss it on the fire. We'll leave it on about 6 minutes each side, pull it off, and it should be ready to eat. There we go. Set the timer and we'll wait. Okay, according to my timer, that walleye should be just about done by now. So, pulling it off the fire, I'm gonna let it sit for a bit and cool down, and we'll pull it out and munch on it in a bit here. Okay, the walleye seems to have cooled down by now. Oh, that looks real good. Hell yeah. That is freaking delicious, guys. Tiny bit charred up, but the meat is actually perfect. There's no like, it's not even really crispy or anything. There's just this tiniest little bit of crispiness on the one side, but you can't even hardly taste it. Man, that is so good. Walleye's got to be the best. Walleye or yellow perch, and they're in the same family, so such good fish. All right, guys, I'm not gonna bore you with chewing sounds. I know I'm pretty obnoxious when I eat, so not exactly the best ASMR. So I'm gonna go ahead and finish this up and probably pack it up and call it a day. So thanks for checking out the catch and cook, and I'll see you on the outro. All right, guys, as always, thanks for watching another episode, and thank you so much for sticking around till the end. As y'all could see, that was yet another absolutely awesome time. I was out there a couple different days, got a nice little spotted bass, decent walleye, and then that real nice eater walleye that I ended up cooking up for the catch and cook. The walleye was absolutely delicious. I think really the only thing I might have changed a little bit with the way I did things is I might have left it cooking for like 30 seconds, a minute less. There was just a couple little charred spots on it, but it didn't really affect the flavor at all. It was still absolutely delicious. And I mean, walleye is just definitely one of the best freshwater fish to eat. I like crappie, walleye, and yellow perch the best, I would say, out of any of the ones I've had so far. So always happy to cook up a walleye. I know you guys like the catch and cooks. I've actually been getting some catch and cook requests lately, so when I caught that eater walleye, it was midday pretty much, and right around lunch I figured might as well cook it up and take you guys along for a catch and cook. So thanks again for watching, guys. I'll see you on the next one, and I'll see you on the water.